Okay, so today concludes the first week of working with my brand new client. And man, has it been absolutely a freaking ride this whole week. It was the first time that I've personally have, worked in person with one of my clients, and that is something that I've been wanting for the longest freaking time. And this guy was obviously a close friend of one of my other dear friends, Ashton and Angela, really great people. Just really vibed with them. So the fact that I was introduced from them to this individual, I just already knew that there was a level of rapport, a little bit of, aligned values, shared morals and ethics. Not perfectly, but, it was definitely something that was better than just, doing it cold. And it was something that just kind of naturally happened. And within this first week, I've done the fastest onboarding that I've ever done in my entire life. I went from, taking this business from the first day to yesterday, being able to record 40 different ads, okay? I'm talking about, eight different angles with 5 hook variations each. And on top of that, we are going to be getting back another 10 unique creatives within the first week. So just to bring somebody that's into the business and be able to launch, test, and be able to find winning ad angles and just really work on my craft, work on the process, and really obsess over the small details and doing things at a very high level. That's just something that I've been extremely grateful for. But on the flip hand side, throughout this experience, as I kind of just think out loud about it, is primarily how much out of the norm this first week was for me. And I worked freaking 12, 14-hour days every single day up until yesterday, which was Friday. So the 5 days back to back. I'm completely exhausted. I need some rest. It's definitely not sustainable. But I just reframed and challenged my level of being able to, work hard, play hard, Obviously, if you know me personally, I'm a pretty reserved guy. I like my schedule, I like my peace, I like my routine, I like having things organized, and I like going about my, day-to-day responsibilities. I just like doing my own things. I like my own space too. I'm not always trying to talk too much to people, but kind of reframed how much you can really get done when you have somebody that's in person. This is the first time that I worked with a client in person, and I just feel like the momentum and the energy is fucking amazing. Just being able to work for freaking 10, 12 hours, and then after that, just being able to then go ahead and go for a drink, go for dinner, go for lunch, and just freaking, be spontaneous, have a little bit of fun. It's just really cool. I think that as entrepreneurs, especially online entrepreneurs, if you run an agency, an online coaching business, you get so used to just sitting behind your fucking laptop. But when you go and meet people in person and you get to share the energy, you get to share a couple of jokes, you get to read the freaking body language. There's only so much that Zoom could really freaking do in terms of building a relationship with your clients. So one thing now, this kind of broke the barrier for me to just freaking meet up with people, just go out there and, put myself into the environment where I can build the relationship with my clients. But yeah, I just have so much conviction on the specific offer because they already have all of the legroom that is required. They have a great offer. It's $10,000. This is a remote cleaning offer. So just for context on what remote cleaning really even is essentially you open up a cleaning brand in a state. You then hire contractors, and then they're the ones that do the work once you find the clients and close the deals. It's a little bit like an Uber of, but for cleaning, right? So that's essentially what it is. And I'm just also kind of learning things about myself throughout this entire experience where beyond just the conviction that I have on the offer and how they have the testimonials, they have the back-end infrastructure, a good sales process, just a great founder, somebody that's just hungry and that is a boy, you know what I mean? you have your different relationships, and I've learned to be a little bit more of like dynamic and more of a chameleon when it comes to different types of like conversations and people, and how to like project myself into those environments. And what I've enjoyed about being able to work with this project specifically is just because of the fact that I am learning things about myself. I'm like figuring out that I need to figure out like set good boundaries. And if you really meet me, I'm one of those guys that really enjoy. I'm kind of a yes person, not in a bad way, but my natural inclination is like almost like a golden retriever in that way, or a lab dog. You know what I mean? Like, it's an odd way to describe myself, but that's just more of my self-awareness. Like, do I always want to be that? No, not necessarily, but I will go out of my way to go with what other people want. And I'm just noticing that in this specific relationship, I got to figure out how to just set boundaries and really like set myself up where I can protect my own space and my own peace, and just be able to do the things that are also important to me, which is going to the gym. Unfortunately, this week I haven't really been able to be on my diet, haven't really been able to be on going to the gym, which is one of the things that I just gotta get figured out once I get back into the groove of things. But yeah, just a lot of things to unpack and really sit on until I start getting into the flow of things again. So anyways, yeah, just wanted to give a quick little update. It's been a ton of fun. Bro, if you're not going out and meeting up with your clients in person, just fucking do it. Like, I know it's uncomfortable. I know, like, for myself, it was just one of those things that I had a lot of like friction around, where I was just like, I don't know. But when you do it and you're in front of your clients and you actually get to serve them and like really enjoy that like personal time, it's really fun. And I've really been like trying to change this part of myself, where I just want to like make more friends a lot more easily, and just like, again, get out of my comfort zone so I can have creativity and just be willing to do things that I've never had before. So in order to have things that you've never had, you have to be willing to do things you've never done. So that's my tip for you, and that's my update for this week, and I'll keep catching up with you on today's YouTube channel. If you want to keep following my journey on somebody that is trying to get married, trying to build a great business, trying to impact and help many people, share the lessons, the failures, the wisdom along the way, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'd like to say that this has been really fun for me, and I'm just going to keep creating content and just putting myself out there and sharing the process that I'm on. But yeah, I'll see you in another video.